Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to some more Australian Resurrection here in Victoria 3. Let's make sure everything's working here. Hello, me. Hey, right back at you, buddy. All right, what do we got going on here? Hey, Yushi, hello, hello. Liked. Liked right back at you. How you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you. How was your weekend? All right, let me get back to my screen here. All right, we are back. This is probably the last day of this stream. Not this episode, but the one that we'll do tonight, because you can see we're in 1920, so we only have about 16 years left. So we'll see. Might I dare say we finish it this episode? I doubt it. I'm so bad at predicting when the last episode is going to be, but I think I'm pretty confident that it will be tonight. All right, so this run wasn't geared around an achievement. We were just trying, it was just a be awesome run, as I like to call it. Do the best you can. So I guess I kind of have a goal here of, it'd be nice to get up to at least 500 million GDP before we finish out. 92% literacy rate, not bad. Standard of living 21, pretty good with that, I guess. We got a lot of construction going. We're building up tons of universities. I think I had some qualification problems in some states. Yeah. Electricity is very expensive. So are services. So have to work on that. But, you know, we have the regular late game thing. We've got some unemployment around. We've de-peasanted, so that's good. I mean, I would hope so. We're in 1920. But, oh, yeah, so let's get that. Hold on, I gotta get one more thing working on my computer here. Come on, come on. Alright, well, that'll come up later. Who knows? Alright, so let's get this going here. So I think we can just go. Let's unpause here. Because we're going to go through this build queue. I think it's only universities, so I'm not preventing anything else from building. Could always go with more construction there. Oh, what do we have going in terms of ships? We're not building any. Social Security went up, so did the health system. I don't think we were doing anything else there. Home affairs, why not? What are we researching at this point? Macroeconomics, all right. We'll get another company, and then we're doing defense in depth. I don't really remember why I had that on there. So we're going to get another company in about 10 months. So, well, let's read this, and then we'll see what company we want. Chiang Mai has fallen to a revolution amongst the intelligentsia. In the campaign materials of the Conservative Party, Theodore Maswin has immediately denounced the intelligentsia here, preempting a similar revolt. Let's see, what do we have going on in the election? So Social Democratic Party has the lead. We have the Conservative Party, Free Trade Party. Well, the Social Democratic Party... No, actually, the Conservative Party has a lot of momentum. So does the Radical Party. All right. So let's not give momentum to the Conservative Party here. We can give a little bit more to the Radical Party. It will piss off the armed forces, though. Well, the intelligentsia are super happy, so... Oh, wait, yeah, that's going to give... Alright, let's take this one. I'd rather make the armed forces upset than the petite bourgeoisie. I really hate being on xenophobia here. Right. So let's unpause. Let's take a look. What companies... Let's sort by what's actually available at the moment. Oh, yeah, well, nothing, because we don't have a company slot. Okay, so we'll look at attainable. Oh, yeah. We have a canal. Why don't we try to do the canal company? We'll get a free charter out of it. How is that canal doing? We were thinking about trying to get the Panama Canal off of the United States. Yeah, so we have the canal built. We've got some trade going through it. How much are we getting off of this? 110K. So we could go for Canal Company. We'll take a look at everything else, though. But first, this. To celebrate the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th, a massive Ferris wheel has been constructed in Sydney. From its pods, the fireworks of the New Year's can be seen all across the grand city of Sydney. So we get some legitimacy, loyalists from political movements, or more loyalists. Do we need legitimacy at the moment? Not really. We're kind of good. The turn of the century, which we're celebrating 21 years late. Yeah, no, we'll take this one. All right. So what else do we got? We do the Home Goods Company. Yeah, we actually can't do the construction conglomerate. Hey, NWAX, hello. Do you play with Vicky 3 mods or have a favorite? I don't generally play with mods, no. I have played with mods before, and there are some I have that are favorited. but I don't play them regularly. You know, the classic one, the big one, Morgan wrote, is always great. I mean, the grand scale of Morgan Road is just amazing. So, highly recommend that one. I did enjoy the Cold War mod a couple versions ago. There were 2 Cold War ones. I think the one I played was Cold War era, but last time I checked, I don't know if it's been kept up to date. But there is one we played on stream for 2 episodes, 1992, a modern day mod. That one was a lot of fun. So I highly recommend that. And then, of course, what's it called? Hail Columbia for all the United States flavor. And then, interestingly enough, the Australia and New Zealand flavor pack, which adds a whole bunch of stuff to Australia. So those are the ones I usually recommend there. Also, this isn't out yet, but there's been an announcement and a release trailer for a Fallout mod, a total conversion one that turns us into the Fallout world. So keep an eye out for that one, because obviously I haven't played it, it's not out yet, but I have a feeling that will instantly be a favorite of mine. Hey, Burt Bananas, what's up, what's up? How you doing? Good morning to you as well. How's your weekend? Welcome in, welcome in. Charles Fisher has begun a campaign emphasizing the Social Democratic Party's pro-franchise platform, promising greatly expanding voting rights for all segments of society if the party is elected. Interesting. Who's this guy again? Oh. He's our agitator, who's a rural folk fascist. I'd like to not give him popularity. Interestingly, though, this will give us momentum to the liberal radical modernization movement and not the fascist movement, which we do have in the country currently. We'll take that. Now, the oil company is an interesting one. Yeah, we've got a lot of oil. We could do that one. Do we have a company giving us coal at the moment? Oh. We've got to promote this guy. So what are we getting at? Yeah, William Sanford Limited is doing it. Clothing company, that one. The electrical one, maybe. Oh, yeah. We could do rubber. We don't get any prestige goods. But having the electrics industries and all that might not be bad. The paper, munitions, food. What else? De Beers. Yeah, we can't do that one. Orchard Company. Gold. You know, I actually have not played with the oil company in a long time. Let's give it a try. Although, actually, I never do the electrics company. How much more rubber do we actually have to build? Oh, a lot, actually. Now, why does the electrics company not give us a prestige telephone or radio? I mean, come on. I think maybe we'll do this one. Oh, and we can do it the moment we get, we finish researching. All right, we'll go with that one. I'll have to check out the 1992 mod. Morgan Road is my favorite. I'm really loving Victorian Century as well. It's got tons of flavor. Yeah, I gotta try that one. I haven't really sat down with it too much. The last time I did a mod cuts run, I was looking at that one. I think, what was the last one I did? Basilia Romana, something like that. And I think I had looked at Victorian Century. I was thinking about doing that one as well. But yeah, the 1992 one, definitely check that one out. Love to do a fuller, longer run on that. The eyes of the electorate have turned to the candidates that seek to acquire a position at the head of government. As the election approaches, voters debate who would provide the best leadership for Australia. So let's see, where are we at with the election now? Yeah, the Social Democratic Party definitely has it. So let's give some momentum to the Radical Party and get them a little bit more legitimacy, maybe, in the government. Hey, Thepiak. Hello, hello. Hi, I recently discovered your channel, and I found your videos very helpful to learn Victoria 3 and polishing my English as well. Oh, nice. I was wondering if you could make a series where you play as Krakow. Ah, yes, yes. Well, first of all, thank you for watching. I appreciate that. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm actually doing Krakow offline right now. It's funny you bring it up because I've been holding off on doing Krakow because there's going to be the big Russia DLC coming, and I think that is actually the next DLC, and I highly suspect there's going to be a lot of, or not a lot, but there will be stuff added in terms of flavor for Krakow. So I'm kind of holding off because I kind of think when the Russia DLC comes out, the first country we play on it very well might be Krakow. So I'm kind of holding off on that. But I'm doing Krakow offline right now just to get a sense of it before there's a DLC. And it's a lot of fun. It's tricky. It's tricky, but it's fun. But how are you doing? Welcome in. A respectable doctor from the University of South Island has been conducting newfangled investigations in the camp of psychiatry, emphasizing the role that the unconscious mind and buried childhood memories play in psychological pathologies. Hey, Mu Lambda Theta! Hello, how are you? How's your weekend? Welcome in. Apparently single party state is broken again. Oh man, oh man. Yeah, I thought that was fixed in the last update, huh? You know, I forgot somebody on Reddit, I forget what it was. Somebody from the dev team had commented on something in one of the bug reports or something on the forums, and kind of alluded to a 1.13.10. Actually, I think somebody in a previous episode here was telling me about this, so I'm kind of relaying what they said. So I think they're planning to do another hotfix before the AI update. So maybe single-party state will be included in that. So we'll get this guy, an Intelligentsia Nihilist. We'll get University Throughput. Church don't like it, but Intelligentsia will. Oh, becomes the leader of the Intelligentsia. Who do we have right now? Oh, another Nihilist. Well, actually, let's see. What will this person... What are the traits for this person? Ambitious. So look at political strength. As an agitator, we'll get political... Radical movement will get activism. Charismatic. So pop attraction and a cocaine addict. Oh boy. Who's the current one? Brave. Actually, they'd be a better leader of the Intelligentsia. Yeah, let's do this. It seems to keep breaking every other update. Someone on the subreddit is having zero legitimacy because no votes register. Oh, man. Oh, man. Do you think this isn't a bug? The dev team just despises single-party state so much that they're like, it will never work in our game. Hey, DeWolfie, what's up, what's up? Hello, 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 and hello there. How's it going in the cold? Not bad, not bad. Not bad. Wait, what do you mean in the cold? Certainly not here. Or I guess you mean because it's March in Australia? Because isn't this their entering their winter season? John Anderson has made overtures to the rural folk for electoral support to the Conservative Party. Eric McKendrick has at least acknowledged the talks. Yeah, we'll do this. Instead of giving 5 years of political strength to the aristocrats, which at this point in time, I mean, you know what? Let's do this. I would love it if before the end of the game, we could see the squatocracy back. Just for the name, the squatocracy. Look at Sydney. Look at Sydney. Looking beautiful. The Social Democratic Party is receiving electoral campaign support from the communist trade unions in Germany. Oh. Oh. I guess the election ended. Social Democratic Party sweeping victory. Yeah, there we go. We'll keep it like this. Just what we like to say. Oh, in the cold, even though it's definitely not cold. Oh, interesting. Is that like a Swedish saying? How's it going in the cold? That makes sense. Makes sense. I like that. I'm gonna start using it without any context for people I know here. How's it going in the cold? I like it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we really want to change here. Unless I said I wasn't going to do any achievements on this run. One achievement I've never gotten, so I never really wanted to do it. Authoritarian. Oh yeah, look at that. Here we go, Mu Lambda Theta. Pass single party state, militarized police, and outlawed dissent. We could do that. Actually, I think it would be a bit of an uphill battle at this point. But we also, I don't think, have the tech for it anyway, because don't you need... Not that. Yep, we already have political party outlawed dissent. Yeah, so we would need to go mass surveillance. Let's go mass surveillance. Maybe we'll do it. We've got a working Australia. Why not break it, huh? All right, and then we're going to add nitrogen fixation. We'll add the rest of this stuff so that we can get to the bottom here. Let's go to oil turbine. Oh, yeah. Actually, if we could go to oil power in our power plants, that would be excellent. Don't know if it's specifically a Swedish thing, but it's what Dad says usually when he calls. Ah, okay. Okay. Well, it's now going to be a ham cuts thing, because I'm going to start saying that. How's it going in the cold? I like it. Single party state, bugged. Militarized police, extra mortality for very little in return. Outlawed dissent. Okay, I guess you can stay. I know, right? Maybe, I think maybe the devs might not like authoritarian too much. Yeah, could we even do that? Like, are any of these things something we could actually do? So, outlawed dissent. Oh, wait, no, not here, not here. Single party state. And then we can't go... no, not that one. Why am I clicking on that? Militarized police. If we got the Conservative Party to win the next election, we might be able to. Let's see which one we could actually go to for right now. Like, we could go outlawed dissent, maybe. Or... I think single party state would probably... Oh, no, it's about the same. Well, we don't want to go single party state before we have an election like that. We go outlawed dissent. It would fix our authority problem. Oh my god, minus 15% tech spread. Let's do it. We'll get it, and then we'll quickly get off of authoritarian Australia. What are our fleets doing? We're not building any boats. Ah, okay, hold on. We're stationed. We don't want that. Let's go get some... Oof, yeah. All right, so the first one, I feel like just in general, it's always good to be projecting some power around here. Who's our biggest trade partners? Oh, yeah, we're doing a lot with the United States, so... Oh, yeah, interception. We don't need that anymore. Let's have you go... Actually, wouldn't it be better if we just went this way? So we'll do it up and down here. Yeah, there you go. And then this Coast Guard... You know, I gotta fix this one up. First of all, let's send you guys back home. And we gotta build different ships in this. Hey, iPatrick, hello. Do you have some plans for another YouTube tutorial or just a video? I do. I've been a little behind, I must admit. It's for... I've suddenly become obsessed with switching to Linux. So I've been just like... I've been very sidetracked over the past week. Kind of switching from... switching all the stuff that I do over to that. Because I'm in the midst of doing a starting step series for Sardinia Piedmont with the goal of Italian unification without conquest. And I've just kind of have gotten sidetracked. That is my plan for the next one. It is in the works, but I feel like I've been saying it for a while. And I need to stop and focus in again. But yeah, that's the next one. I want to do something about a video about Italian unification and just general starting steps for Sardinia Piedmont. All right, we got to add stuff to the construction queue here. One of the things we're going to add to the construction queue is more construction. So I'll add 5 more in Victoria. Now we have an automobile company, right? Isn't that what I said? Yeah, automobiles. We need more, Oh, well, wait, though. The radios and the phones, we're gonna have a company that's about to do that for us. Are there any materials that we need to make? Yeah, coal, rubber. So the company's gonna do that. We have a steel company. You know, hardwood. And actually, okay, hold on. We actually do need electricity. Hold on. No. What am I doing? All right. So Tasmania needs a lot. Hold on. Do we not have production methods in for that? Yeah, we do. Why is it saying a new one? Yeah, a new one will give you 50. Well, you know what I just saw, though, is we just generally need it everywhere. The only places that don't are the South Island and North and South Sumatra. So we'll just attack it from this way. This is probably the worst way to do it, but I'm just going to add 5 all around. And we'll start this way. And then we'll see where everything goes from there. How many Risorgimento shenanigans will be in the Italy guide? like abusing the get annexed event. So yeah, that's what I want to do a lot of in the video. Really try to utilize that. But I'm discovering the real trick to the annexing countries through Risorgimento. It's really largely about your cultural fervor. Essentially, what I'm finding is, so you need the Italian national movement to have enough activism that they're going to cause a revolt. The AI is actually surprisingly pretty good at doing stuff to keep the Italian national movement at bay, but basically at 100 fervor of the North or South Italian culture, you can get up to plus 25% political movement activism. So you need to get the fervor up. It's difficult because the amount of activism you get to the movement, it's an average of the North and South Italian fervor. And at Sardinia Piedmont, you don't really have any control over the South. And on top of that, fervor does take a little bit of time to build up. So all that to say, there will be a couple annexations through Risorgimento, but not as many as I was hoping for. They're like, I think it's good if you can get maybe like 2 of them, but you can't really annex all of Italy just doing that. At least I haven't done it. Amazing idea. I personally loved your videos when you showed how you play as country step by step. Oh, it was so helpful for me to start in Victoria 3. Awesome, awesome. I really like playing as small countries too, and I would like to play as Krakow, but it seems a bit too hard for me. So I'm wondering if you can make you at least one stream of you playing it. Yeah. It might be interesting to do a starting steps with it. I find Krakow, what is so hard is you start on laissez-faire, but you have like no infrastructure for construction. But because you start as laissez-faire and you start with like 0 in your investment pool, any building you build, you're not getting any government dividends off of it. So the very, very beginning of the game, it's a little difficult to earn money. And it's tough to get off of that law at the very beginning. So I think that's one of the big hurdles at the very beginning of it. The Voice of Sydney, a popular newspaper read by the industrialist class across Australia, has published an article by Charles Fisher advocating for the enaction of outlawed dissent. Ooh, nice. Let's take this one, because I'd love to get off of tax avoidance. The spread of a new artistic style inspired by nature, imitating the sinuous curves of plants through robust iron and glass to convey the contradictions of progress, has reached Sydney's higher spheres. Hey, we become obsessed with fine art. I'll take that. Sure. There's something we can build. Since, ironically, our private sector is not. I tried playing as Japan, but I have absolutely no idea how to perform the restoration correctly. Yeah, we just did a whole Japan run before this, and I'll be honest with you, I kind of already forgot. It's difficult. It's difficult. It's one of those things, it's like, it takes up at least a good first third of your run, maybe even a little bit more. It's tough. Amazing idea. Yeah, I personally loved your videos when you showed they play this country step by step. Also for me to start in Victoria 3. Thank you. I appreciate hearing that. The starting steps series that I do takes so much more editing time than the tutorial videos. So I think that's why there's a lot of time in between starting step series, because every time I finally finish editing the last episode of a starting step series, I'm like, oh my god, I'm not doing this for a long time. So basically, what I'm saying is, it's so good to hear that they're helpful. It makes it really rewarding. So thank you. France just went communist in my playthrough. Oh wow, yeah, we've had quite a bit actually here. Yeah, we have France and Germany went communist here. I think Switzerland did here. Yeah. Well, they're still on Parliamentary Republic, but they have cooperative ownership. Not Great Britain, though. Holding on to that monarchy. These guys, I wish they would just go to war already. Ah, we got a company. I think if I get an event that will give me the percentage to put this secession up, I'm just going to take it. Because, like... kind of tired of it. Alright, we can do our company. So let's now filter by what's available. So the Suez Canal, home goods, oil. That we're probably going to do this one. Yeah, why not? Let's do the electrics one. So would Papal States, as the only North plus South Italian state, be able to manipulate the Italian movement in their favor and thus be another good unification candidate? You're absolutely right. I think, and I say this without having tested it yet because I've been doing Sardinia-Piedmont, but what I've learned so far from Sardinia-Piedmont is that I think the Papal States is probably the best country to do Italian unification without doing conquest. Because, yeah, you can get both cultures with very high fervor, which, and again, I said the activism you get in the Italian national movement is an average of both. As the Papal States, if you can raise the fervor of both, it's just that much more you can raise it. And I think you could probably get those annexations a lot quicker with them. Krakauer Nightmare difficulty. Yeah, tell me about it. I'm doing that offline right now. I'm going for that achievement. But it's tough. As long as you have 0 construction sectors, the buildings have 100% reinvestment and cannot be privatized, not even bought by Austria. This is true. This is true. You get 100% reinvestment, but you don't get any money added to your budget. And so you get a negative budget and you have an extremely high interest rate. So you're one of those countries that you cannot go into debt. So at the very, very beginning of the game, income is a little bit of a problem. It's not so much of a problem. Like it's maneuverable, but I think it's just an interesting level of difficulty that I don't think exists in other countries. Those poor Ainu, but they do remember. World War I is happening. Is it? What do we got going on? Oh, what's happening? What is this? Germany. Oh, yeah. And who's on what side? Well, it's just them. Oh, Russia's in it, actually. No, never mind. What are the war goals in this? Whoa. Yeah, this is pretty much our World War I here. What are your top 3 Paradox games? Ooh, that's a tough one. Definitely this one. Definitely this one. Probably EU5. Well, are we talking Paradox Development Studio or just Paradox in general? I think if we're talking about just games Paradox publishes, I might put Surviving Mars at second, I'll be honest. If it's the development studio, then I would say Vicky 3, EU5, Vicky 3, EU5, CK3, Stellaris, and then rounding it out, probably Hearts of Iron 4. Because I don't really know Hearts of Iron 4 all that much. UK narrowly avoided communism in yours. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, wait, New Joe. Hello, hello. I don't know if I said hello to you yet. I'm sorry. I read your comment and I didn't say hello. Very rude of me. Welcome in. Welcome in. How you doing? Hey, J-Makers. How you doing, my friend? How you doing? Good to see you. All right, let's take a look at our company. Our executive, Henry Playford. Is this like back in the day when you would play NBA Live and they couldn't afford to have Michael Jordan in it? He was just roster player 23. Is like the estate of Henry Ford, like the rights to Henry Ford are too expensive, so we have to have Henry play Ford. Plus 10% heavy industries throughput, military industries throughput, arts buildings throughput. It doesn't help us here. So we don't have any more charters, but we might be able to get one later on. Ah, man, yeah. Man, now actually I really, really do want to get outlawed descent so we can get the extra authority so I can give these guys rubber plantations. I'd love to give them a monopoly on the electrics industries too, actually. By the way, can you explain to me when to privatize buildings and when to nationalize them? Can you show me an example in game? So I think to nationalize, to privatize, I think there's a couple things about privatization. First off, if you're on laissez-faire, privatization is active no matter what. Oh, nice, we progressed the study. So everything is able to be privatized if you're on laissez-faire, no matter what you want to do. But I find, I think a good reason to privatize a building, if you are starting off, you have a very high interest rate, and so you can't really afford to go into debt. You can afford to have a negative budget, and when you get to the bottom of your reserves, you can sell a building. And so that'll get you some money. And so you can basically, continue to develop your country, have a negative budget, and still stay out of debt. Another good thing for privatization, especially early game, when you start off and you have, especially if you are a smaller country, and you have your landowners have massive amount of political clout, and your industrialists who will oppose them at game start have no clout and are probably marginalized, you can use privatization to help you with that. If you privatize urban buildings, those will be bought by the financial districts, which will empower industrialists, because a large part of political power or political clout is wealth. So if you only, at game start, if you only privatize, I keep in my head mixing up the word nationalize and privatize. If you keep privatizing only urban buildings, you'll start to get the industrialists out of being marginalized. In terms of nationalize, I think one of the main reasons why I nationalize buildings is if too much of my GDP is being owned by a foreign country, I'll go to nationalize their buildings. Oh, and one last thing for privatization, which we need to do right now. When you get a company, you want the buildings to be owned by the company. So like all these electrics industries, if we weren't on laissez-faire and we own some of those electrics industries for a company we just started, I would privatize them so that the company can buy them. We need a general here. We need a defensive one. God, are we gonna have to start leaning into the fascists here? I mean, they'll give me what I want for that achievement, but I don't wanna. So this is a defensive army, so we'll go with this guy. A roller skating rink has opened in Sydney, presenting a new, exciting form of entertainment for the urban classes. We'll take this, because we'll get more services out of it. We seem to have an issue with services. Doing well after failing a Colombia and Vietnam start. I'm finally making progress in Sweden. Nice, nice. Congrats. It's always a good feeling when you can finally make it work in a country, right? Oh, do we want to do something here? Not really, but Japan trying to go communist. Funny enough, the Popo state goes republic more often than not. That's kind of funny. My experience and math only privatize unprofitable stuff that has high construction cost. Oh, hey Jabba, welcome in, my friend. How you doing? What an entrance! Thank you for the subscription. Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? How was your weekend? That has a high construction cost, like railways and steel mills. Private ownership reinvests like 30%. Government owned gives 75%. Okay, yeah. There you go. That's a good reason too. Even government ownership puts more money into the investment pool than private ownership. So keeping stuff government owned leads to more private ownership, and thus more industrialist clout in the long run. Especially too when you're on laissez-faire. Like we were just talking about the problem with Krakow, but you get 100% of your government dividends going to reinvestment. And so for one, you're not losing any of those government dividends. They're going somewhere. And so to get all of the profits of a building going into reinvestment is quite good. Peru is calling in the obligation we owe them by requesting our commander, Donald Scott, be sent to serve in their military. Oh, the traditional Scott? Yeah, go for it. You go deal with them. So we're gonna need... Yeah. What do we got? Moderate, radical, market liberal. Not much I really care for there. Plus 5% ship armor for the transport fleet, not so bad. I'll save this guy for a different navy. If you privatize something like railroad, you don't lose out on much reinvestment while gaining a lot of money from the investment pool to build something with your government queue again. Additional note, private ownership becomes better when you have proportional taxation and graduated taxation. Yeah. But still weaker than government owned. Yeah, because when you get those, you start to introduce the dividends tax. Because I believe this one doesn't have it, right? Yeah. So with these two, you can start taxing dividends, which is great when you have laissez-faire and you're going to have so many privately owned buildings. And then like 15% dividends tax. Quite nice when everything's about to be privately owned. Representatives in the trade unions in government have demanded several compromises in the enactment of outlawed dissent. These measures have already been condemned by supporters of John Anderson as corrosive to the reform as a whole. Meh. Oh yeah, we don't want to take a setback just to get enactment speed, so we'll do that. Thank you so much for the explanation. You should be a college professor. Yeah, I am. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you know or not. So if you're saying it ironically, I am a college professor. I teach theater, though. I don't teach economics or history. Although I do go through quite a bit of theater history in my theater classes. But yeah, I am a college professor, and I gotta start... The summer's coming to an end. I gotta start making my new syllabus and submit it. And I'm like, this is always at the beginning of August. I'm like this. I'm like, no, I want the summer to keep going. I'm not ready to go back. Hey-oh, how we doing? I'm doing good. How you doing? See, summer is almost over. It's work time again. Wonk, wonk, wonk. I was thinking of going conquest Sweden. Got to take back the Baltic states. And of course, Finland. Yeah, there you go. Go for it. Go for it. Scandinavia forever. All right, so now that we got, let's start looking at, Yeah, so... Now, we don't have a ton of states, so let's just go through them here. What was it? 257, so like... Yeah, let's do about that. Queensland... We'll do 2. Tasmania, they just need to hire up. Alright, we'll just guesstimate a lot of it. Yeah, here they just need to hire up. Oof. There we go. Let's look at the North Island. They're hiring, though they'll probably need about 5 more. Could really use the oil turbines right about now, huh? How much hours do you have in Vicky 3? Let's take a look. Let me pull it up. I'm currently at 4,157. 0.5. Yeah, so 4,157. Jeez. My lord. It sounds... I feel like it sounds bad when I look at it. The zoo in New South Wales has begun to expand its... Let's take that again. The zoo in New South Wales has begun to expand its exhibits with the surge in Australian prosperity and leisure time. Oh yeah, look at us, prosperity. We're up to prosperous now. So we got some prestige and loyalists. Relations with Japan improve. Relations with Spain improve. Let's take this. Where are we on this list? Yeah, we're not bad. Hamcut's doing just what he tells his students not to do. Wait until the very last moment to start their home assignments. You have no idea. It's so true. Every semester when I set up my syllabus, I'm always just like, oh, it's due by the end of the week. Let me just do this. Now, to be fair, at this point, I don't have to develop a new syllabus. I basically just have to fit my schedule, or like alter the schedule to fit whatever the current dates are, which does a little bit of work sometimes depending on where classes fall and everything. But yeah, it's so true. I am like that with the syllabus so bad. Returning from a safari expedition, Leon Lachaise was marooned, oh my god, on a small island in the Dutch West Indies. There, he was hunted like an animal by the Dutch aristocrat Jean-Louis Desmenais de Biesme. This is like the weirdest event in the game. Wait. Why is this guy the one who does? Oh, he was... Oh, I don't feel so bad for him now. He's an ethno-nationalist. Wait, though. This guy doesn't? Oh, that's bugged. That was a bugged event right there. It's supposed to be the other way around. All right, let's finish out the construction sectors in Victoria. Wait, what? How am I building 4 there? Yeah, I don't know how that worked. So that, oh yeah, new mandate. So we basically have maxed out construction. Yeah, so we've basically maxed out construction on the mainland. And so now we'll move on to either Tasmania or New Zealand. Probably move to here. So let's get it started there. You're almost at 4.2k hours. I'm not even at 1.6. Oh, really? Look at that. I guess you're just more efficient with your time. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not as efficient with time. John Anderson's rhetoric has drawn negative attention to the representatives of the intelligentsia, who he has condemned for obstructing the passage of outlawed dissent. Well, we'll take the plus 10% for sure. To be honest, Vicky 3 have just become one of my favorite games, along with Crusader Kings 3. And I'm wondering why it has so mixed reviews on Steam, especially with the newest expansion. Yeah, I kind of have a theory on that. To be honest, I think if you look at the grand strategy genre as a whole, I think an aspect generally people really love is war. Because I think still one of the biggest criticisms of Victoria 3 is the war system. And I've talked about it before, where I actually really like the war system in this game for this game. I think it makes sense to the time. But I think a lot of people want this to be more of a war game, and it just isn't. And to be honest, I like the game for the fact that it isn't. That being said, I think there's a lot of strategy to the war system in this game. And again, I think it makes a lot of sense for the time period. But I think a lot of the criticisms are for that. Like, you'll always see people posting, like on Reddit, like they still haven't fixed the war system. And I'm like, I mean, there's bugs all around to be fixed, but I don't think in general the war system is broken. It's just not what you want to do. Like, as somebody, so currently I'm trying to finally sit down and really learn Hearts of Iron 4, and which is a war game, right? And it really throws me off how I'm playing a grand strategy game where there's no money. Like, how is there no money in the game? How is there's no resources or anything like that? But when it comes to war, there's a lot there. So I think in general, people really like war in grand strategy. And so I think a lot of the mixed reviews come from that. Not just that. There's a lot of reasons why people have their mixed reviews in the game, but I suspect it's largely that. All right, though, we are at the hour mark here, so we do have to take a quick 90-second break. Pay homage to the gods of ads so that we don't get hit by ads during gameplay. So we're going to take 90 seconds, and then we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. All right, let me catch up here. Other Paradox games use the loop as a tool, but Vicky 3 requires an inherent enjoyment of the loop itself. Oh wait, hey Machiavelli, hello. What's up, my friend? How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, that's true. I agree. There's something so satisfying when you can get like your initial construction loop going, and then there's basically a loop for like every industry, and so yeah, there's something very satisfying about getting that loop going. And you're right, it's not a tool, it's kind of the goal. The logistics bugs and the extremely sluggish pace, I outnumber 10 to 1, but it takes 4 months to win. Yes, see, exactly. So there are bugs to the war system, the logistics stuff. There was a lot of frontline bugs for a while. So stuff like that is obviously like legitimately something to critique. So, but I think sometimes what people's gripes are, they just they want there to be more war, more focus on war. So that's why I think it's kind of mixed, right? But the war system in this game is not without any bugs or faults, but nor is any Paradox game, to be honest here. Like, let's be honest about it. So many people just want to paint the world their color. Yeah, exactly. Which is funny, though, because you can do that in this game. You can definitely map paint. But you know, there's a cost to it. What I love about this game and the aspect of war is that, like, you could be the biggest country in the game. You could be Great Britain, and you could be going up against, like, Morocco, right? Militarily, you're going to win. But there are situations in the game where, even though you might win a war against Morocco, it very well might bankrupt you. And so you can't really afford to go to war. There's a cost to war in this game, which I don't think a lot of games truly have. I'm not saying there aren't any, but this game definitely has it, and I love that. And I think that's a missing aspect to war in a lot of games. The cost of war. Yeah, you can win the war, but in the long run, it's going to be detrimental to you. And that's because of the deep economic simulation of the game, I think. What's this? Oh, Denmark. Support your independence. Well, who are you? Who's pissed at you? You know what? I will take this. We're at a point now where we kind of could start using some investment rights. So what is your next playthrough going to be after Australia? So, yeah, I was figuring this out this weekend. We haven't been back to Africa in a while, so we're going to do Africa, and I think... Oh, hey, nice. We got paved roads. And we got another nihilist. We're going to do Sokoto. I've been wanting to do a full Sokoto run for a while. I've never done a full one. And they start off, you know, actually on a pretty good footing, even though technically you are landlocked. But yeah, I think so, or not I think. Next, we're going to be doing Sokoto. I imagine we're going to need tonight's episode to finish out this Australia run. So Sokoto will probably start next week, Tuesday morning. Supporters of outlawed dissent among the rural folk, headed by Charles Fisher, have questioned the government publicly on the amount of time that is required in order for the law to pass. Lose some bureaucracy. I don't want to lose any more authority, nor do I want to give that much pop attraction and activism to the fascist movement, so we'll take this. I tend to think it's also a lack of understanding of what war is in a total sense. If you can pressure a region to be a crop and resource supplier, you've already conquered them. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, like economic warfare. There's totally an aspect of economic warfare in this game as well. Or Or like when you go in and just start dominating and owning somebody's entire economy, right? Yeah. Vicky 3 has the best pops mechanics. I agree. I really enjoy it. Especially after a lot of what they added from National Awakening. The way you have to maneuver cultures and everything in this game, I find really, really interesting. Though again, I guess I am also cognizant of the fact that it's the game I'm most familiar with. So there's also that bias to it. But, you know, I know what I know. And I like this one. All the construction goods are underpriced. So is paper. You know, we could use more grain, and we have our colony here that is actually growing quite fast. So let's start. Oh my god. We've got no crops. All right, here we go. Now, why are we not hiring here? Wow, we'll have a lot of people who can't qualify as farmers. All right, let's add a university over here, and then... yeah, let's just do harvesting tools here. So let's do some more there. And then back home, let's start working on some food industries. How many, yeah, we got a lot of unemployed. All right. Yeah, we got some qualification stuff. You know, I feel like I read somewhere in a dev diary, maybe, somewhere, that they're going to be looking at doing something to the qualifications mechanics. That'd be interesting, now that I think about it. A lengthy speech by Theodore Massouin took a wild turn after consuming a tainted drink. With his incapacitation, the government has lost one of its most effective advocates for outlawed dissent. Yeah, we'll take that one. In 1.13, you don't even really have to colonize. If you dominate a trade region, yeah, your Terrace and Navy are the colonization. Yeah, that's why it's too bad. What's it called? The Great Wave got such a bad kind of launch, because it is, honestly, it is a great DLC, and 1.13 a great update. It really adds a lot. It's just unfortunate it got released with some bugs that threw a lot of people off. Our colonization is completed. Oh, we need an we now need an interest level in East Africa. So, we'll take the transport fleet for now. And go over here to get us started. Actually, let's change that up, because I don't need to have this splitting with South Africa. just go right here. We can throw their whole, basically 4K of involvement into East Africa. India looking at ham cuts like the small lonely cat in a backyard. One of these days I'm gonna do India. One of these days. But we've been, you know, we've been over here in like Asia and Southeast Asia for a while now. We did 2 streams in a row here. So we haven't been to Africa in a long time. But someday, one of these days. Oh, hey, Adamel Friends, hello. Hi, Indonesian here. Oh, hey, welcome. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome in. Oh, what do we got going on? Australian East Indies. Ooh, damn, we've got multiple fronts. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna need the transport fleet. No, actually, we're not using the Coast Guard. They can go over there. So oh, these guys are embarked. We'll mobilize them because it won't take a lot of money. And then we'll take these guys. Let's send you over here. Oh, the Coast Guard send you. And for now, let's just send you over here. I don't know how to do these things you speak of. Oh, man. Sometimes neither do I. I forget, there was something I was doing like a couple weeks ago. Some mechanic I was dealing with. And I was like, how does this work again? I had to look up a script to one of my old tutorial videos and read through it again. Like, oh yeah, there we go. I'm glad I keep those on hand. The opening of a luxurious cabaret at the foot of the Montmartre Hill has made the nightlife of Paris considerably lively, attracting, of course, the attention and suspicions of the conservatives. Let's get the urban sector throughput going. Vicky 3 also probably has the laggiest pot mechanics. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true, right? Over Christmas, I got a very, very good CPU. I kind of invested in that. I have like a mid-level GPU. I heavily invested in my CPU. And it was mainly because not only Vicky 3, it was also I was kind of thinking about EU5 as well. So it works much better on my computer now. Vicky 3 truly has a well-simulated economic simulation, a work of art. Yeah, no, I totally agree. The economic simulation in this game is really hard to beat. And some are going to try. Hooded Horse is working on their own Victoria 3 competitor, Gilded Destiny. Though I have no idea when it's coming out. On Steam, it's still listed as just 2026. So we'll see. But yeah, it would be hard to beat what they've created here with Vicky 3. Let's add 5 more here. Can you also cooperate just like EU does? Can you make these alignments in this game? Do you mean like take a save from one game and bring it into the next one, like the mega campaign thing? There was the mega campaign thing that would bring you from EU4 into Vicky 3. I don't know about EU5. I imagine it exists by now, because it's a community-created thing. but I haven't actually looked it up, so I don't know for sure. But I would be very surprised if there isn't something that lets you do the mega campaign through EU5 now. Regardless of the governing caucus's stance, the fiercest debates on outlawed dissent come from these two, the industrialists and populists served by John Anderson's movement. The end is nowhere in sight. And of course, the one that already existed, you can bring your Vicky 3 save into Hearts of Iron 4. What's the reactionary movement at? Yeah, they got nothing. So lowering their activism doesn't interest me all too much. Or I mean, raising it doesn't threaten me too much. But I would like the industrialists to be a little bit happier. Yeah, here we go. Oh, nice. Yeah, this will get us off of tax avoidance, which is good. With government regulations on mechanically propelled vehicles loosening and more efficient steam engines being developed, steam-powered transport buses have begun to roam New South Wales with greater frequency. Now let's get that throughput. Has made the nightlife of Paris considerably lively. Someone forgot to add a dynamic city name in that event. Yeah. I know, right? Like, oh, great. I love that Paris's nightlife is going well. Wonk, wonk, wonk. Alright, so you guys go there. Oh, we need to add more stuff. Have we finally caught up on electricity? How far away are we from... Yeah, we're still pretty far away from oil-powered ones here. So this will help our pops because they should be using this now. Oh, nice, we have a surplus there. For their, I think their heating needs, right? Or one of their needs. Yeah, we'll just do one here. I certainly hope I've added in the electric streetlights all around. I do not know. Gotta double check that. Oh, yeah, look at that. Well then, let's definitely double check here. Yeah. And... yeah, because if we can make electricity cheaper... Oh, I assume they would have been using it here. Maybe not. Oh, now war started. I had to move it to my SSD instead of the hard drive on my PC. Oh, yeah, definitely. We'll definitely speed things up a little bit there. I was on SSD entirely for a long time, and actually just this last week, I got a hard drive just because I needed to store more stuff on the computer. I moved a couple games to it. I didn't realize how much slower it is to load off of that for some games. So there's some games I'm like, yeah, it's fine, I can load off of that. But there's certain ones like Vicky 3. I'm like, nah, you gotta stay on the SSD. They need to add share price rug pulls for true accuracy. Yeah, stock manipulation gonna run wild. Yeah, it's interesting that we don't get the stock market crash in an event like that, right? I mean, I say that, but to be quite honest, I actually have no idea how you would implement that in the game. But it is interesting that there just, in general, that there isn't one. No, I mean, can you make economical and defensive alliances who end up... Oh, like the European Union. See, that's what I think power blocks are for. I like the European Union would be a trade league power block, and then you would get everybody into that power block. I suppose it's a little different because let's say like if Germany was the leader of the EU, you know, technically all of Europe isn't in Germany's market, like in real life. They do all share the same currency, so I guess it would kind of be like that. But I feel like the European Union would be a power block. And so in terms of alliances, you could create a bunch of treaties with countries to get more leverage over them to bring them into your European Union power block, which is a trade league. That's kind of how I think that would go. Maybe when we go back to a European run, we'll try to do that. We are having trouble drumming up support for the outlawed dissent. Trade unions are using the current lax laws to print and circulate thousands of propaganda leaflets and newspapers. Yeah, we'll take this one. It's going to give us a setback. Yep, legislative failures. I will like the industrialists to be happier. Hamcuts 13, 2026. Yeah, Hamcuts in 2026 is like, we've made them way too happy. It's time to roll it back a little bit. I saw this really funny stand-up bit, this clip. Somebody was like, I feel like the current state of the world is that we've had a 5,000-year-old game of Monopoly that people like refuse to quit. Like, why do you have to keep winning for future generations? Just restart the game. We'll let you be the hat again. I forget the name of the comedian. It was great though. You know, what's fine art at? We do have a new fast obsession with it. Yeah, look at that. Let's build some arts academies. Oh, we got to look at the South Island and Tasmania for some infrastructure. Same with Botswana. So let's take a look at the South Island. Whoops. I feel like I can't click anything today. So how far... Yeah, I guess the railroad's busted. Yeah. Let's make sure we're utilizing it. Yeah, we are. We're probably, for now... We're maxed out on all this stuff. Yeah, we're just gonna have to subsidize this for now. Oh, and then Tasmania too, right? Yeah, what happened to you guys? Oh, I always forget we have some opium here. We don't have a port? Yeah, let's get a port going here. Where's the railroad? Oh, the cost of electricity. All right, we'll let that go. They're gonna fix themselves up there. Here's a weird idea for a run. Population control, like how France only grew 0.21% annually from 1836 to 1936. Really? Is that true? I didn't know that about France. Yeah, that would be an interesting run. It's definitely like... Yeah, raise education as much as you can. Get the workforce ratio up. Anything that lowers birth rate, I guess, right? I typically put most games on the hard drive to avoid space issues, but yeah, particularly the load up for this is brutal on a hard drive. Yeah. Yeah, see, I haven't used a hard drive in a long time, so now I'm kind of gonna start dabbling in it again. I've been all SSD for a while, but I ran out of space, and SSD is so damn expensive now. Lawmakers working towards the enactment of outlawed dissent have found themselves mired in a particularly complex set of bureaucratic proceedings, grinding the work towards reform to a near halt. I did just discover last night, though, that my PS5, which I don't use as much anymore now that I play so much on computers now. A while ago, I had gotten that like WD PlayStation branded 2 terabyte SSD. I forgot it's sitting in my PS5. I'm like, I should take that out. And I heard it has a heatsink on it, but you can take the heatsink off. I haven't looked at it yet. But I'm like, if I can do that, I might take that out of there. I could use that 2 terabytes on my computer, not my PS5. Those members of Australian society who have been made wealthy by the recent boom in technological progress have begun establishing fashions of their own, attending more and more extravagant high society functions and exclusive restaurants decorated in the style of Art Nouveau. Sounds good. And I realized that I've been running on 16 gigs of RAM, so I just double that. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Yeah. Get him. He's got RAM. I know, right? I know. I've been thinking about this. I want to get a framework laptop. And the problem is RAM is so damn expensive. I'm now considering, I forgot, when I first built this computer before the Rampocalypse, I have 64 gigs of RAM in it. I have two 32 gig chips. It finally occurred to me, I really only need 32 in the computer for right now. Instead of paying an arm and a leg for RAM, I might just take one of the RAM sticks out of there and put it in a computer. Put it in a new computer. Hey, Marco Rossi, hello, hello, how are you? Good to see you. Speaking of PCs, planning to assemble my first one. Any suggestions on where to start? Oh, nice, yeah. Oh, it's so much fun. Honestly, I really liked Newegg's PC builder like helper. I don't know what you call them, right? That helped me quite a bit, where you can assemble the pieces and it'll let you know what works with what. Now, I am not an expert in PC building at all, so maybe there's a lot of people who are going to disagree with me or whatever, but it seems like the place to start is figure out what CPU and GPU you need and what do you really need, and then from there you can kind of build around that. Like for me, because I do grand strategy gaming, I got a decent GPU, but I didn't go like heavily expensive on it. I put more money into the CPU because these games run the CPU more than the GPU, and then I just kind of built around that. Let's see. Let's get some of these guys going. Oops, I didn't want to close that. I want to get that going over here. Wait, how many people do we have here? Yeah, we got plenty. So, if this is all you guys have got here, just max that out here. Alright, that's good for now. What's our involvement here? Level 2. So we should be able... Yeah. There we go. Expand that colony. Easier than that. Freeze food production with state monopolies. Max tariffs on food. Oh, very gross though. Yeah. That's a run made for the shit Victorians say Reddit. But good strategy. It works. All right. Let's have you guys embark back here. Let's bring you back over here with the Coast Guard. And then there was something we were going to build here. Coastal defense ships. Yeah, we got 10 of them. Iron frigates. Yeah, the armored cruiser. That's what we want. But let's oh, we want to get some torpedo boats and things. We definitely want to increase this. Now, this is going to be in the Coast Guard, so... I mean, we have everything. What is it? We have a lot of oil. Camouflage. We have radios now. Oh, yeah, look at this. Accuracy on torpedo boats and destroy. We're going to do that. So let's build some armored cruisers here. And then in the main fleet, let's start adding in some submarines. Put these up. Yeah, we have the money now. Why not? All right, there we go. Good. Hey, Timco the Mulfar, welcome back, my friend. How you doing? Good to see you. How's it going? Hello there. It was a while. Blasted work schedule. Oh man, missed almost all of Japan run. And as I can see, this one too was about to join last week, but my internet said no. It's gonna join the stream, but the internet said no. Welcome back. Good to see you though. How's life? How you doing? I happen to have an SSD left over since my last rebuild, so I can dedicate one for the OS and one for gaming. Nice. Yeah, I've decided, you know, I kind of want to just for the just to try to do it, I want to build a console. So basically like a gaming computer that's running SteamOS that I could put in my living room. So basically, I guess I want to build my own Steam machine. So that's kind of the next thing I want to try doing. How's oh, you know, I don't think in the end, I don't think I ended up actually building any of these. And then we'll do some on the South Island there as well. And then... yeah, oh yeah, we should get more glassworks going because we don't have anybody else building that. Queensland is the place. Although, wait, is theirs also doing porcelain? Yes. Good. Have you ever planned to play Total War games? You know, I do. I want to add that in at some point. So, fittingly, on the 4th of July, I bought Total War Empire on the Steam Summer Sale. And so I fiddled around with it a little bit, but then I kind of got sidetracked. So I really do want to learn Total War Empire and then do one of those. But I actually was just watching a stream of my friend Sneaky Spudworth. Last night, he was playing some Warhammer 3. That was looking pretty cool, too. So yeah, I kind of want to sit down and learn Total War and then do... maybe that'll be one of our Friday streams at some point. So we got mass surveillance. We can go militarize police if outlawed scent ever passes. Thanks, mate. Appreciate the shout. Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Vladimeo, hello. I would try to find... welcome in. I would try to find a motherboard that's quite upgradable. Yeah. See... I need to learn more about motherboards. Like, I was just thinking the other day, like, I kind of know when I need to upgrade my CPU, when I need to upgrade my GPU. But I was thinking about it. I started looking this up. I'm like, When do I need to upgrade the motherboard? I mean, it works, but that I'm not as versed in. I'm by no means an expert at PC building. I've basically built 2 in my life. I built this one, and then I built one for my dad. But I'm very interested in it. It's a lot of fun. To outside observers, the petite bourgeoisie may appear firmly committed to the idea of outlawed dissent, but behind this facade of unity, discord has long festered. Now, the clique of dissenters have finally had enough and have officially broken with their fellow members over the issue of reform. So, yeah, we can get the plus 5%. This is going to give us the second setback. The problem is we're going to get a setback no matter what. So we might as well get the additional 5%. Can we get the industrialists in this government? We could. Probably should have done this a long time ago. The industrialists have agreed to meet at a local market to surreptitiously discuss changing their stance on outlawed dissent. Yeah, so get off of old age pension, go to wage subsidies. Probably not. Oh my god. Well, build about 400, or a little less than that, heavy industries. Our companies are building a lot of these. I think, you know, we're going to commit to this. We do get private construction contracts for almost the rest of the run, though. Yeah, whatever. Let's do it. I have a feeling our private sector will get us this heavy industries mostly. Hey, just 24. What's up? What's up? How you doing? Sometimes kangaroos reproduce so much that they need to be called. Fun fact. Oh, they need to be called. Yeah. I was like, called what? No. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I don't know how you only have 0.21% annually without taking Malthus way too seriously. Yeah, that's fascinating. I did not know that. Ooh, we are gonna move to that. Hey, Lauren, good day to you. How you doing? How are you? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. How's your weekend, my friend? Chemical fertilizers, because nothing ever went wrong with that. Yeah, we're doing everything in those. Oh, we've got maize. Oh no, we can't do anything to it. So grain is a little bit better now. Okay. Let's keep building up the food industry. And then just build it all up there. I imagine we have the people. No, just a day. Yeah. That's my next goal, actually. A computer dedicated to run my TV. Yeah, there are, of course, some games that just must be played by... Yeah, exactly. And I think it's because I realized just how much SteamOS is basically a console OS. I never really used it because I never had a Steam Deck. But I was watching some videos about it. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I would love the challenge of it. See what I can build. It's bloody hot, 34 degrees Celsius, 93 Fahrenheit. Oh, most of the day. Negative 75. Anyway, how Japan run ended. The Japan run I feel like was a little rough. I think I focused way too much on achievements in that one. In the end, we were going for, I think, like something like 6 different achievements in that. I think it sidetracked me quite a lot. That's why for this run, I was like, all right, we're going to do a run where I'm not focusing on any achievements. Oh, hey, we jumped up to 3rd. And I feel like it's made the run a lot better. So Japan, I think, was fine, but personally, I would like to do it again, where I'm not focusing so much on achievements. Do you know the history of the Australia flag you currently have? I can tell you if you want. Yes, tell us again. But there was a stream last week where we were like, oh, this is interesting. And so our good friend Jack looked it up. And so he was typing it out. But yes, tell it again, because it's fantastic. I love it. It's such a cool story that I knew nothing about. Because, yeah, last week we were like, I wonder why this is the flag. By the TV, like Hollow Knight. Oh, yeah, to play something like that. Yeah, I mean, it's true. There are certain games that I'm just like, I feel like to me is a console game, right? Like, I know I can play it on my computer. I don't mind playing it on my computer, but it's just, it feels better when it's on the TV. Let's expand construction. Plus 24 Celsius is at night. Oh, and that's still hot, right? Barely can sleep. Yeah. I've been running my ACs, man. It is the one thing I will indulge in. I am not good with when it's super hot. Oh boy. Now, oh no, this is France. I thought Spain was about to go have a communist revolt. Warhammer 3 is really good. Not a fan favorite for many, but as a fantasy strategy game, it's amazing. With all the various races and magic, excited for upcoming 40K one they're making. Yeah, I've been looking at some trailers for the new one that's coming. It looks pretty cool. But again, I have like no history in Warhammer or Total War. So I feel like now is the time to learn it. Law progressed to voting. We are moving along. Yeah, getting those industrialists on board really helped out. Motherboard is something you can kind of skimp on. As long as it all has all the compatibilities, you're good. Most likely they will change the socket on a future CPU. So you only have to buy a new motherboard when you upgrade the CPU. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? And that's kind of what I did with this computer. I got like a decent motherboard. It's not super cheap. But it wasn't expensive by any right. Which is what made me think, like, I didn't spend a lot of money on the motherboard. Like, when do I need to upgrade that? But I think you're right. It works fine. I don't really need another one. Quite lucky getting economic initiative intense negotiations that are only 1K to 1.4K. Saw someone the other day whose forces to go 300 to 1.3 for staple crops. Yeah. That's tough for staple crops. See, that's the thing. I think, no, we were below 50 amenability for the industrialists. Yeah, having to go from 300 to 1.3K for staple crops, that means you're definitely in that range of 25 to 49 amenability. You're right, though. I am surprised that it wasn't... I mean, I guess it was like... What, about 300 heavy industries we have to build? But we're kind of at a point here where it's like our private sector is just going nuts. I think normally this would be a much more difficult negotiation to appease. But I think because we're on laissez-faire and we have like 2,300 construction points, that's why it kind of seems like not much. It's called the Eureka flag. It's from the only armed rebellion. Here, let's put the flag bigger so we can look at it. It's called the Eureka flag. It's from the only armed rebellion on Australian soil. A group of miners upset at laws and the entrenched aristocracy got together and dug in on a hill. They made that flag as their symbol. Originally, it was a labor rights movement, but it was co-opted by the modern-day right wing. Oh, no, it was the modern-day right wing? Damn. That sucks. Yeah, that's kind of like in the United States, the "Don't Tread on Me" flag has been co-opted by the right wing. I always get kind of annoyed by that because first of all, the "Don't Tread on Me" flag I feel like is awesome, and the history behind it is really cool. But now, in present day, you can't really go around flying a "Don't Tread on Me" flag in the US without implying some type of far right-wing ideology. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I love that story, though, about this flag. I hope it doesn't change when we get single-party state, and by that I mean it probably is going to change. It has been suggested that by establishing a cross-border telephone exchange with Great Britain, we can improve relations more easily. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? You should ask about the EU5 gold mines. I'm gonna add that as a forbidden thing on Twitch and YouTube. If you type EU5 and gold, or just gold mines, if you type the word gold mines, it's gonna ping you. That's how salty I am about it. I just looked at the achievements for this. There's some insane ones. Yeah. Yep. And the names of them are fantastic. All right. How much was the inflation? I bought a Steam controller today. I want to know how it is. Oh yeah, I want to know how that is. Tell me. I want to get one of those. When I build this gaming computer for my living room, I want to use that on it. Try it out. A new network of underground train stations has been inaugurated in Sydney, providing iconic and cheap transportation within city limits to commuters. Let's take the Prestige. We're kind of bouncing between third... Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, third and fourth here. We gotta beat Bengal. Oh hey, Zephyr F1, hello. I started a USA run in Vicky 3 and I can't get past 3.2 billion GDP. My private sector is building too many unproductive factories and my economy is stagnant. I have around 400 million pops. Oof. Well, first off, not a bad run. Not a bad problem to have. What about trade? Are you just maxed out on like everything you're exporting around the world? How they're all out of stock until 2027 in Europe. I know, right? Just crazy expensive. Oh, assault marines. We can upgrade the Marine Corps. You know, do we have to bring these guys home? Let's upgrade you. I think you might have to. I forget now. Once on the fence with the issue, the petite bourgeoisie's views on outlawed dissent changed overnight. Remy Pelissier names John Anderson as the architect of the hidden deal. Oh no, don't let it fall apart at the last second here. Funny how in the early game you have to worry about building too many construction sectors, but in the late game you can't have enough. I know. We're just building these things like they're candy here. And that is a saying, building things like they're candy. It makes total sense if you don't think about it. 40k will be very different, so you won't need much in Total War experience. Different engine, and since it's more focused on range and everything. Oh, good. Good to know. I like that then. Maybe I will start with that one. Oh, hey there. Flash Fiction Tales. Hello. Can you show the demographics of your run so far? Sure. No, not here. I just forget where everything is. The hell is my census data? There we go. So let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Damn, we still have way too many laborers. Did not realize that. We've got an outrageous number of cultures, though. Because we were siphoning pops off of Great Britain from the very beginning. Right-wingers be destroying everything. Yeah, true. Very true. Yeah, in Australia, it's a divisive flag, similar to the Confederate flag, especially in the last 10 years or so. You're basically screaming your politics, you know? Yeah, isn't that sad, though? That's what sucks. Like, especially for the story of this. Like, it's such a cool story. At least the Confederate flag here in the U.S., like, it started off BS. And it still is BS. With this one, it sounds like it started off really cool. And then became something that sucks. Oh, a Haitian uprising. Oh, something happened in France. What are they now? They went back to a monarchy. Oh, France. Tried out some socialism or some communism. And said, nah, that's okay. We'll go back to the monarchy. What the hell happened in the EU5 with the gold mines? No, seriously, how much fun I miss. Oh, so the last run of EU5 we did in Serbia, in a peace treaty, I had called in my allies, Wallachia, no, not Wallachia, Bulgaria, and Sicily. And I wasn't reading the text well enough in the treaty, and I ended up giving away like a ton of gold mines to Bulgaria, and then along with other land to Sicily. And so I ended up spending the rest of the run trying to get them back. And it was so annoying. It's so annoying. I was working towards building up a local governor right in the province that had the gold mines, and then I ended up giving it away. And it just pissed me off to no end. He didn't read the peace treaty. Yep, and gave them away to Bulgaria. Ruh-roh. I didn't read the fine print. I didn't read the terms of service with Bulgaria. What was meant as a routine speech about the merits of outlawed dissent by Remy Pellissier has quickly devolved into a public relations disaster for the petite bourgeoisie. We'll take this. I don't want to take a full 15 there. No, we're starting to fall apart. It seems your stream has some kind of delay. If so, is there any reason for that? Oh, is there? So on Twitch? I don't know. It says the bitrate or the connection is excellent right now. Oh, I did drop a couple frames, it looks like. From what OBS is telling me here. Huh, I don't know. Oh, no, you're talking about chat. Yeah, no, the stream is fine. It just takes a while to read the messages. Oh, yeah, no, sorry, yeah. I'm behind on chat. I apologize. I'm always behind on chat. I try to read everything, but sometimes I get sidetracked. Ah, conveyors. Yes. This'll hurt the GDP a little bit, but it will help standard of living. So we're going to utilize conveyors where we can. And the economy will just kind of fix itself. Is this the best way to go about this? No. But I don't want as many laborers. I have to look at that in a moment. So we'll do all this, and then we'll take a look at the economy. See, the thing is, we're at a point where I have companies building so much of these things that, for the most part, there's not many industries we need to fix. Yeah, look at that. We lost like 40 million. The thing is, when you do stuff like this, though, it bounces back up in even to a greater degree. You're just getting the hit, though, because you're using so many more goods for the production methods now. So we'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, I'm on a free trade, and I have subventions on motors and cars. I export a lot. Like, I have 3,000 trade centers in New York and California. Nice. But I believe I'm limited by population. Yeah, I mean, I think there's just only so much you can do at a certain point. I mean, I think that's pretty good GDP. I'm not much of a min-maxer. So, in terms of getting past, like, that point of GDP, yeah, to me, I feel like there's only so much you can do. The ongoing effort to implement outlawed dissent has captured the imagination of the Conservative Party, which has added full-throated support for the new law as part of its central platform. So yeah, we're going to lean into... Oh, well, we want to lean into the Conservative Party. It's going to help us with the other laws, but we really need this plus 20% success chance. So we're going to take that. Where are we at here? Oh, Conservative Party, you're very far down there. Erg. Oh, look at that. Time is flying today. We're at the 2-hour mark. We're about to get hit by ads again. Darn. All right, so we're going to have to take a quick 90-second break and pay homage to those loving but demanding gods of ads today. So, 90 seconds, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back, and we're back, and we're back. All right, let me catch up a little bit here on chat. Oh, I think I watched that one. That indeed was great. Oh, yeah, the gold mines. Yep, go check out the VOD on that. France back to a monarchy. Yep. I think France is so messy in Vicky 3 because of how hard it is to manage a growing, educated population that you don't provide well enough for. Yeah, but let's not forget too, though, all of the voice of the people content. They have a lot of specific flavor that just makes the whole country, like a powder keg. So I think that's why they're always like all over the place because of all that content. Because Austria is kind of like that now, too, because of National Awakening. France probably had too much to drink, experimented with communism, then sobered up. Yeah, they're like, oh, what the hell happened? What did we do last night? That would be kind of impossible. I understand now, at least you seem to read all of it. Yeah, or try to, at least. Try to. There are some times where it becomes just a little too much. Or at least in terms of, like, when you get into very intense moments in the game. The end game here... Well, actually, I should start looking at our budget here. Was out refueling, and when I was about to re-enter the truck, I heard clicking. Had to stop before I realized it was your clicking. Oh, no. Yeah, be like, oh, what the hell is that? That's not a good sign. Well, yeah, I'm glad it was just my clicking then. All right. So we need more steel being built here. What's the price of coal looking like? Could be better, but also, why isn't more coal being built? Because tools are cheap, explosives are cheap. Oh, well, actually, yeah, where do we have coal? We might have run out of it. Yeah, we've run out pretty much in our mainland. We've got it all over the place, though, in the Dutch East Indies. Australia and Herrera land. Yeah, we don't need to build more. We just need it hired up. Okay, we'll subsidize it for now. And then, I know we have a company for this, but whatever. Whatever. And then Botswana... We'll subsidize you for now, but I bet I didn't switch any of this stuff over here. Oh, I did. Well, poop on that. Alright, well, that's what we'll do for now. Charles Fisher has embarked upon a dedicated campaign to organize the poor urban workers in Tasmania, shaping them into a cohesive and powerful pro-Social Democratic Party voting bloc. We'll take that one. A short film displaying workers at a camera factory in Adelaide has raised public attention to the technology of moving pictures. Audiences in New South Wales have flocked to see the film, and ones like it, at salons and theaters alike. Do we want the electrics industry, or... Cinema has no commercial future. Yeah, we'll take this one. What is your geopolitical strategy? Are you doing the Monroe Doctrine like I told you? Australia dominates everything south of Singapore? No, not really. I did, we did a war to take New Guinea here because we needed rubber. We're kind of doing it just based on, like, resources we need. We did take over being the overlord of the Dutch East Indies. But other than that, I'm not really doing a Monroe Doctrine. I'm trying to do a run where we keep everything as contained to Australia as possible. I'm trying to do more of like a trade and stuff like that. I realized, though, I never ended up adding our next mandate. What do we get for the second level here? So we're getting trade capacity, trade advantage. Oh, we could add in the influential trade center. I might actually want to add this because we do need to start doing more trade. What's merit? What do we get with this again? Yeah. Not so much. Not so much. Maybe. Yeah, we could get the added income from subjects if we do vassalization. Because that would be a good amount from here. Now, you know what? Because we're at a point, I was thinking this during the break here, I need to build up more trade centers. I could add internal trade as well. Get a company throughput bonus, and then eventually... Yeah, no. Yeah, I kind of want to go here and then... Yeah. Let's do this. We'll get the influential trade center. And let's start adding more. Because we have a lot more we can send out there into the world. Oh, our telephones, though, not so much. Yeah, we need to get... Okay, where are the ships again? Oh, that's right. I never ended up sending them back out. Okay. So go back to... projecting power. Yeah, I don't need you doing that there anymore. So go back to here. Now the Coast Guard... So it's these guys that can't go far. I forget... Is the coast... I think the coastal defense ship is like that too. Yeah. So these guys do have to stay home. Have no time to play recently. I think I will wait for the next DLC and updates for both EU5 and Vicky 3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the next DLC for EU5 is supposed to be that Scotland one. I'm really excited for that one. I'd love to see some Scotland DLC. Well, actually, I think it's more like a France and Scotland DLC, but I'm excited to do a Scotland run in EU5 once that comes out. Oh, is Congo someone's colony, or did they grow so much? Oh, it's British Congo. Yeah, so it's Britain's colony. Ah, are you kidding me? We lost it. No outlawed dissent. Wilfred Headlam has issued a condemnation of the Australian electoral system, endorsing abstention from voting in what he calls a sham put on to placate the people. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll do this. Yeah, but the Conservative Party is not going to get anywhere near the government with this. With the K. Oh. Wait, are they like a little... Is there a little sliver of them left? Yeah, no. Oh, there they are. There's the original one. Yep, nope. They're all this massive British Congo now. Yeah, we won't be able to do this. Yeah, trucks basically run all day. Imagine the wear, so you're always on the lookout for things being out of place, including sounds. Yeah, I never thought about that before. You're right, that they run all day, so the wear and tear. Never really thought about that. But yeah, I could see that would be a problem. Party-affiliated newspapers have been proliferating during this election season. Publications associated with the Conservative Party have been particularly effective in spreading the party line. How funny would it be if they made a comeback and won a significant chunk here? Contained to Australia. Ignore that colony in Africa. Yeah, exactly, right? Don't look over there. Just look right here. No, it was just me reminding myself the naming of the states. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see, yeah. Yeah. No, our beloved Congo is not on the map. All right, what's up with our budget here? Oh, yeah. That'd do it. That'll do it right there. What happened, though? Oh, you know, we did raise a bunch of institutions, actually. $376 each. All right, well, let's build this up before we get ourselves into too much trouble. We need a lot more taxation capacity here. Tasmania, what? These guys are killing me. We'll just fix that up for now. In a gesture of solidarity with the Conservative Party, John Anderson has encouraged his supporters to vote for it in the ongoing election. They are in third. Oh, they're in second. Yeah, but that's Social Democratic Party. Oof. Technically, it's still Congo. This is true. This is true. It is Congo. It is. If only they could get independence. The use of extreme force is becoming increasingly common amongst police officers in Victoria. The working class and the socially conscious are rallying against the police as an institution. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're like on the verge of xenophobia here. Let's take this. Oh, so what can we pass now? What about militarized police? Well, you know what? Actually, let's wait till the election is over, and then we'll see. Ooh, the fascist movement. Has some activism a-going. Yeah, by the wrong name, Dr. Congo lives in our hearts. Oh, Dr. Congo, how great you were at the World Cup. Forever. My beloved Congo. I gotta do a run as Congo again, now that they've changed up their map a little bit. Police officers in uniform have been discovered supporting Australian Dutch Association activity while on duty, lowering public confidence in the police force. Oh, who's in that? They must be pissed. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to piss that off. You know, we can try to become friends with the United Netherlands again. Let's improve relations. That will, the more we can improve relations, the less this lobby will be pissed at us. In collaboration with the Conservative Party, Theodore Maswin has secured a deal for cheap and quickly distributed pamphlets in support of the party. Let's take that. Oh, man. We really turned it around for them quite a bit. Alright, so we're building up coal. Damn, I was really hoping, though, to get Outlaw Descent to get some authority so we can give... so we get another charter going. How much will we get if we go for militarized police? Yeah, none. Well, the armed forces will get a bunch of political strength. All right. What can we do here? So we can get the Conservative Party in government. Fascist armed forces. I mean, I don't want to go full fascist here, but you know. Oh, hold on. I think I just need to let the game update here. Wait, what? Supports the fascist movement. Okay, this is bugged. Do we just need to update a week, maybe? Hey, like Witterman, hello, hello. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, his interest... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, thank you. I don't know why I was looking right here, and I'm like, yeah, there it is. The armed forces is right there. Oh, man. Apparently I haven't had enough coffee. There's nobody pressured by this interest group. Oh my god. Oh my god. By everyone, it's no one. Thank you, thank you. Coming in straight away with the assist there. I appreciate it. How you doing? The two countries that the two counties at Congo are great. Yeah, because one is good for construction and industry, especially when you start colonizing and get access to coal, and the other for consumer goods. Yeah, it does. Yeah, the Congo starts with now. Yeah, it does. It does help quite a bit. It helps quite a bit because originally you only started with this, and now you get some of North Angola here. Yeah, and you get all this stuff. What is the run objective? That's what I call like a be awesome run. Just do the best you can. The previous stream we did as Japan, I had tried to go for way too many achievements, and so I wanted to do a run where I wasn't aiming for any specific achievements. So we're just trying to be the best Australia we can be, and that's about it. All right, we're gonna build more government admin here. The South Island has none. So Botswana, the Northern Territory, has problems now. What's going on? Oh, they have a problem with electricity. So we're utilizing all the rail we can. Hey, Patrick, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Very, very nice of you. God, we're really having to start subsidizing quite a bit. I don't care for it too much. Doing just fine. Nice, nice. By that setup, it's probably even better now as a starter nation. Yeah, I think so. I guess the one thing I always thought was also kind of helpful for Congo as a starter nation for somebody who really like just started the game was the fact that it's a single state, and so you don't have to deal with Mappy yet. But I think that doesn't... I think it's still a very good starter country despite that. Because I do know, you know, it's... Sometimes we can lose focus that the idea of Mappy is a little weird to get your mind around when you first start the game. Like, oh, my market needs 10 units of logging. I build a logging camp in one state. Why do I not have that logging in another, like the full amount in the other state? But I think it's still a good country to learn the game on. Let's go ahead and max out now construction in Tasmania. So now that finishes up construction on our mainland. Yeah, we're pretty much back now to the GDP we had when we switched over to conveyors. Standard of living went down a little bit, though. Yeah, green and food. Green and food, green and food. I can't believe they don't have any here. Just so strange. Oh, yeah, how about over here? What's going on over here? Oh, we have no more population there. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we don't have any additional things for that. Nope. Oh, wow, we don't actually have any more crops that we can build. I guess we should look over at the Dutch East Indies. But that's fascinating. I've never maxed out crops. I guess I've never really looked at it before, but... Ooh, no population. Oh, here we go. West Java. Born and raised. On the rice fields, we have no more... nothing. Okay. Well, they can have internal migration, right? No, they're on tenant farmers. Okay. You guys are we're gonna force you guys to go to homesteading. So that your peasants can move around. And then we're going to build up the rest of your stuff here. Yeah, #1 per capita. Let's go! There we are. It'd be nice if we got to #1 just overall GDP. I don't know if we're going to catch up, though. Maybe. I think we can get to 500 million before the end of the run. I have about 11 years left. Or actually, no, really more like 10 years. We have #1 standard of living, though, so that's good. Mappy is the benefit of society's tech better administration. Yeah, not focusing on it makes you need to rely more on trade centers to get goods prices. Yeah, that's true. Because you need the implementation of trade centers bringing things in as local goods really helped alleviate a lot of stuff with Mappy in the game. That, you know, that being said too, oh, I never pinned this one. What about over here, like on the North Island? Oof, we got 109. We actually have a lot of trade centers. If I'm being honest here. Moving to homesteading may also increase the amount of arable land available. Oh, excellent point. Yeah. That's a good point, too. Might help us out quite a bit. Isn't it arguable that high soul is bad? Not really. Again, like all things in this game, it kind of depends on your goal of the run, right? Like, the higher your standard of living, like, the lower your birth rate. So yeah, your population doesn't grow as much. But by the time you have a really high standard of living, you're probably going to start getting migration, right? But no, I think standard of living is... A high standard of living is always good, because your standard of living is basically just your pop's level of wealth, plus some modifiers. But largely, this is like basically the average level of wealth in the country. The higher the level of wealth, the better goods your pops are going to consume and buy, meaning you're going to have a lot more pop demand for the more expensive goods. And so your whole market kind of does better. You know, you can have very high GDP, but you don't create a lot of pop, as good a pop demand with low standards of living. But again, you know, it's like all things in Victoria 3. You don't have to have you can do well with a low standard of living. It just kind of changes the play style a little bit. All right, let's promote this guy. Oh, I bet you we need a lot more naval administrations. Our growing use of submarines in warfare has created a new generation of commanders, exemplified by the likes of Edwin Wakefield, who understand the nature of underwater warfare very well. Oh, does he? Yeah, let's get the tech spread on Destroyer. Why not? Commercialized agriculture, even more so. Yeah. That's what we're on. I don't think I didn't have the option for them to do that, but... Oh, you know... I think we have... is this the only political concession we have going? Yeah. Oh, we no longer need road maintenance. in Australian Sinai. Alright, so now we have positive authority. We have positive bureaucracy. So yeah, we're paying a lot in these railways. Analytical philosophy. Oh, nice. Here we go. Let's go to the universities. Oil turbine, and then arc welding. I had a dream once that they added the option to create tabs in game so we could open more than one info. That would be cool. I wonder if a mod could even do that. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, there's nothing else here we can really research that's going to do anything for our trade centers. Yeah, let's go modern financial instruments. We'll go antibiotics. And then... Actually, I probably should have gone... Go that, and then we'll finish off the production tree. There we go. Maybe we'll finish off all of those. 2.5 pop growth in a 10 million nation. There's still more pops being born than in a 1 million nation. True. True. Standard of living helps with migration too. Yeah, that's true. It's an alternative to birth rate growth, which is optimal by limiting welfare or not using it at all. Yeah, I've never really leaned into one of those runs where you try to maximize birth rate. I'd much rather have like the workforce at the expense of like literacy and women's suffrage and stuff like that. Every time I see posts showing ridiculous amounts of authority some have, I think I need to try authoritarian run, but my general aversion to it stops me every time. Same. I've never really done I've never done a fascist run in the game because I'm just like, ugh. Which is why I still have this authoritarian achievement to do. Because I'm always just like, ugh. But why not? Check the states with railways to see if you can create demand for the infrastructure. Yeah, unfortunately we can't. We don't. We'll take a look at them again, but that was why we started subsidizing them before. Enough unis? Oh yeah, real quick. I think we're maxed out, aren't we? Yeah, we're maxed out. All right, so which one of the railways are we subsidizing? Pretty much all of them. Yeah, like, let's take a look at Victoria. Not that. What am I doing? Yeah, so we're pretty much utilizing everything, and we don't have another one. Oh yeah, not that. Oh, you know, flash freezing could add a little bit more. This is true. So that's something. So let's redo this. We'll do that. Then we'll do modern financial stuff and the antibiotics. Or actually, no. Then arc welding. Then antibiotics. And dough rollers. There we go. Oh, and I need to add some stuff. What do we need? Use a little bit of paper. We don't need to add too much, though. Yeah, the grain, jeez. Yeah, cost of groceries will do wonders, actually. We'll do that. Fascist Run is just making everything the same. Possibly. Possibly. Closest I have is my old Persia run where I got Enlightened Despot achievement. Oh, nice. Nice. I forget what is the Enlightened Despot again? What does that one get you? Or what do you have to do to get that one? Let them fail. They will be destructed because of supply and demand. By the way, I did not ask if you want help or not. I can stop if you want. Oh, no, I don't mind. I mean, I don't mind people suggesting things in the run. I'm not too much of a stickler for people who want to give suggestions and stuff. As long as it doesn't become, what's the word I'm looking for? Too much. Our rival Bengal continues to practice slavery. We could easily condemn them on the world stage for this. Oh yeah, have them lose prestige. They're the ones that were battling for this third place spot. Imagine they had something for the Great Depression. Yeah, higher reinvestment rates. But when you slow down growth, a crash happens and gives negative 90% investment efficiency. Oh man, I can't imagine seeing what the posts about that will be like when people are like, "Nah, I hate this game. My economy crashed." Such that the higher reinvestment rate becomes a super debuff that causes pure chaos. I feel like that's something that could be created in a mod. That might be a cool mod. Really create like a Great Depression aspect of the game, unless there is one already. I don't know. Lights in all states and something, yeah, and authoritarian laws. There you go. Yeah, tons of authoritarian laws, but the lights are on. You need to have electoral lights in all urban centers while being on authoritarian. Oh, that's right. That's what it is. Yeah. Now I remember. I was like, that one sounds familiar, but I forget what it is. War propaganda. Yeah, we're probably not doing much more war in this run, but that's fine. Guess if you want to make a run that balanced soul and being powerful on the world market, there are probably moments when you have to limit immigration. Yeah, this is true. That's something I should have done in the previous run in Japan. We were getting mass migrations, but we still had peasants by the end of the run. And I should have limited immigration. Here, we don't have any more peasants, but we are getting a lot of unemployed. Oh my god. Social Security going to 120%. I just think that's crazy. It will lower the workforce ratio, though. Oh, yes. Okay, the oil-fired plant. We're doing that in all of the power plants. What are we on oil? Oh. I didn't realize we were importing that much oil. We have oil. Oh, we don't. We actually don't. We have it here. We got no pops here. Let's build up. Maybe we can get some people coming here. When we get some authority, maybe we can put a greener grass campaign down. And to think I was thinking of going for the oil company. Yeah, we've got it all around here. Oh, Antioquia. No, we don't want to build it there. All right, let's start with this. But we're still going to do that in the power plants. Steam says only negative, about 5% have it. I do not know why. Yeah, I mean, because I think there's a large portion of people who just don't go for any achievements. So there's a large chunk of people who have probably played the game a lot, but just don't do the specific things those achievements want. Oh, there's a financial mod, super realistic. I love this mod. What is it called? Economic and financial mod. Nice. Oh, I'm going to check that one out then. Yeah, because that would be interesting if there was something that had like a stock market crash in it. I guess China and Russia are fascist states in a way, and the US heading that way as well. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, that is kind of how it's going. Oh, we have... What can we get from you guys? Wow, they really don't want to join our power block. Well, then you're not getting military assistance. That's how that goes. What are our relations? Amicable. We'll just let that thing go. I could force them to buy some stuff. Although, I think they're in... No, they have their own market. Interesting. What could we force them to buy? Liquor? No, they're not going to do it, though. Tools? Wow, wait, they don't want to buy nothing from us. Wow. They don't want anything from us. I'm just surprised, though, it's all at negative 100. Usually you can maneuver a little bit. I guess not. This is the mod. It's insane. Highly recommended. Oh, man. All right. Yeah. I'm going to download that when the stream is done. Check it out. maybe tomorrow or something. How many pages of ongoing construction do you have? Right now, I only have 4. Oh, ongoing construction. Yeah. So 1. So 2. 2 at the moment. Last war to liberate Korea just cuz? Liberate or bring them into our power block? Yeah, like, maybe I just get the rest of Southeast Asia here. I would like to bring Japan in. What more can we do? Yeah, let's do this for 10 years. That might do it. Burma. Oh, they just straight up want the power block embassy. What is Alright. So maybe we want like 2 treaty articles. How much debt do they have? 759k. Oh, but it doesn't give us any leverage over them. Yeah, there we go. We'll do this for 10 years. Try to bring Brunei in here. They have gold and stuff. Java. Oh, all these countries want to be in our power block. Should have done this before. Yeah, they all want access to our market. I'm willing to call what's happening in the right in the US post-multiculturalism something going on in the EU too. Yeah, kind of like the reaction against it. Unfortunately. Oh, we've run out of... We're not producing any supply ships. Let's overcompensate for a little bit. Oh, hey, Outer Signal, what's up, what's up? How you doing, my friend? Just popping in to say a quick hi. I shall return later. All right, awesome, good to see you. Have a good rest of your day. Look forward to seeing you later. That's what liberate means, right? To bring them under your own fold. Yep. How very American of you. Actually, that's not just American. That's the whole Western world. But yes. Yep. Oh my god, I just noticed that you have the entire of Indonesia. Yeah. Yeah, we took, we're the overlord of the Dutch East Indies. And we're about to get everybody else. Oh, except Lanfang. Dynam, welcome in. What about the Philippines? Oh yeah, the Philippines was in our power block at one point. But then when we went to war for the Dutch East Indies, they started not to like us. Yeah, we'll have to just improve relations for a little bit. So how many countries? We got 13 countries. Wow, we're the third biggest power block. Look at that. How did that happen? Will Trump or the GOP rig cancel the midterms? They're going to try. They're going to try. They're already starting to try. You have to think, though, something like that. There's no way. But I think what we're going to find is in the week leading up to the election day, there's going to be a lot of shenanigans and like closing of polling stations, that whole thing that they do. Unfortunately. Oh, so you know what? Having fixed up the power stations and stuff. Yeah, we just don't have anything else that can really create demand for this stuff. Oh, actually, here we go. We can build fishing wharfs here. That'll add a little bit. I mean, it's not going to fix the problem. Oh, actually, yeah, we should have more fishing wharfs all around. Yeah, everywhere else, though, we do. Oh, no. New South Wales, we never built any here. Something to utilize the transportation network. Alright, there we go. Overlord sounds so bad, though. You have a mutual beneficial cooperation with Indonesia. Yeah. We have a, we have what I like to call a joint bank account. That's what I like to say. We're friends who have a joint bank account. All right. Standard oil, that's funny. I forget what that one gives you. Now let's see here. Oh, how's that new company doing? Oh, look at that. It reached prosperity and I didn't even realize it. So we're getting throughput to the power plants. I really want to give them rubber plantations. If we could get rid of that amendment. Basically, what we need to do... We need to get either the intelligentsia, squatocracy, petite bourgeoisie, or rural folk in government... and have more political power than the trade unions... and have at least 50 legitimacy. Yeah, see, if we did that, we'd have an unstable government. When is the next election? 2 years. God, these guys. I'm not even getting events for these guys anymore. Let's see. What more? What more could we do? Yeah, services. Services are expensive. expensive. I mean, we could subsidize this, but to what end? God, do we have any other sources of rubber? We do. Oh, we do. All over. So we'll build some there. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hold on. And did they end up passing homesteading? They damn well better have. No, they're trying. Although John Anderson is still fighting for his cause, no one is following him anymore. Despondent, Anderson has started publicly remarking that they may give up on his activism altogether. Sure. Goodbye. Yoruba people are having a hard time getting employed in Western Australia due to the prejudices of some Australian employers. This time we're going to take the standard of living. I really want that authority. What do you think the right wing is afraid of? Their shadow. That's ultimately, I think, what they're afraid of. And I think the certain powers that be are afraid of anybody getting money, and thus them not having more of it. And so they make the rest of them afraid of their shadow. A group representing those within the petite bourgeoisie with an interest in the automobiles trade has begun lobbying the government for action against Germany, citing its hostile trade practices. Yeah, sure, you guys can join that. Wait, who do we have? Who else is in that? A lot of people. Okay. Sounds like something that will have to be fixed in Hearts of Iron 4 by this rate. Yeah. Unfortunately. Rebellion just sitting there simmering in anger. Yeah. Yeah, when we get to Hearts of Iron 4, I'll send some planes over there. Hey, Urkag, what's up? How you doing? Just saying hi. Missed a few weeks of streams. Yeah. I no problem. Life gets lifey sometimes. Good to see you though. How you doing? So you have commitment for heavy industries. So what is the plan? You will just postpone so the game ends before commitment? No, I think our private sector is going to do it. Yeah, we only need 4 more. I didn't build a single one of these things. It's all the private sector. That's why I took it, because most of these things, we have companies building them. We have a company doing this one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. So, yeah. I don't have to do anything for it. Well, unfortunately, though, we are at the time I have to end the stream for right now. We are kind of at the end here, fortunately, but we had a good run this afternoon. I think we're at a point now I can safely say tonight will be the final episode of the series. We're at 382 million, so we probably will reach 500 million by the end of the run. Might be able to challenge here. So we're doing well. But yeah, that'll be it for today. But I will be, so next time I'll be on will be tonight, where we continue this run. That'll be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern tonight, my time. So that's in about 6 hours from now. So whatever time that is for you. But thank you for watching, everybody. Yeah, Timco, see you later this week. I hope then. Nice. Hopefully I'll get to see you later. My former boss said something akin to that once we start fighting over money, that's when we might as well just give up. Yeah, as in that's when we've really lost the plot. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that, unfortunately, just seems to be where we're at in the world at the moment. Ugh. But we fight on, right? We fight on. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out, everybody. Very good stream. Yeah, have a nice day. Same to you, to Wolfie. Same to you. Hopefully I'll see everybody tonight. And as always, be awesome, my friends. I'll see you next time.